Assalamualaikum and good evening, you guys. Today I'm gonna talk about a job, a work and a job, about a concept that we are talking about the work. Okay, here it goes. Whenever if you want to find a work, there's always three things. I'm holding them right here. Three things. Be honest with yourself. Be humble. Find which is suitable for you. Because that's what it is you do so. You see, today, it kind of irritates me when I went through all the four jobs that I went through before. It was terrible. I even don't want to say anything about that. But I gotta say it with my heart. I can't keep that secret no more. The thing is, we got straightforward. You see, today, there was this girl that we were debating about the skin, which is the skin code for the Toys R Us, that they have this number that you have to check it up in the system in order to get the skin. The thing is that I was upset about is that why some people can't be, lose it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's just a piece of stupid thing that you can just let it go. One thing, some people they just don't want to be admitted. They just wanted to make sure that they are the top of the peak, that they are the number one thing instead of we all. It's so funny because most of the time whenever I work in any other places, just because I'm have this kind of face, especially the skin has a brownish skin one thing, and yet they cannot even see that as equality. I gotta stress one thing out. The funniest thing is that when we were talking about this topic, it was kind of upsetting me is that why when the moment they said that I said that is that there is no in the system they have, maybe they change the system, maybe they want the system, maybe they do the system, and she said no. And she said no, it didn't happen in the entire life. You don't even know, man. I worked there for so long, and yet you can just say debate on that because I've been experienced on that kind of thing. Man, I've been experienced in 4 jobs: DIY, Domino's Pizza, 7-Eleven, and now currently Toys R Us, including the 5th, which will be my father's transport service, which I send to school to children at home. The thing is that even my manager are so ridiculous and dumb. Is that, imagine you couldn't even give a purchase of discount price for a box that which is totally damaged, and yet you wanted to expect people to buy that with that price. Of course, if I was a customer one day, I wouldn't even buy that thing. Do you think I would buy it at all? Do you think I even care for that kind of thing? You see, the thing is that in order to make sure that we make our differences, in order to make peace of it, we need to follow and according to the law which they were given in every of the companies. See, I've been there to work before. I've been everywhere around the world. It's not that one thing that it's like very big of a deal, but it's just something that which everybody has to went through it. It's like an experience. Even people with non-experience has the experience, has a gift with that kind of thing. So I was kind of upset. Like, I remember, she was telling me about I'm the one who provide you the job. Well, let me tell you something about provide the job. Okay, it is not you. It will never be you. It will never be my parents. It will never be my sister, my mother, my father, or any of my relatives whatsoever. But the thing is, the only that provides for you is the one true God, which is in Islam we call Allah, the one true God. You see, in life, one thing that we have to cherish it and give it. We just gotta give it away. The knowledge has to be given away somehow. It's like when you're teaching a job, like practicals and experience and jobs, skill of jobs, whatever it is. You gotta give it to someone. You gotta give it because that's what thing is about life. Because that's the life one thing you get. So, and I was upset about they were talking about this stupid Hot Wheels. I was get scolded because I was kind of help my friend, and then my friend got into and then I got caught it, and then because of this dumb manager cannot even just get it out of the way for that, and yet become a problem with that. I don't know, man. To me, it's like I kind of like, why do I want to care for this kind of thing? Like, nobody cares for it, man. It's just a waste of time. Bloody rubbish for this. Like, I feel like it's such a waste of time that you wanted to get credit for yourself. If you want to get credit for yourself, bro, then I suggest you can just like kill this store manager and then get your credit, or maybe you can just do something which is 10 times better than this. This is something that you just wanted to make, rub people's nose and to find something which would be slave to you, or maybe you just wanted to get a credit. Basically, for me, I know it's just about credit. That's the thing. So I was upset because it's like, they don't even consider it as a one good thing, and yet they wanted to compare to us as though that we make the problem with that. You are a manager, man. You working longer than me. Even I didn't have that kind of experience yet, but I know between right and wrong. This is why one thing is beautiful about the religion, because you can know between right and wrong. And the funniest thing is, because even when I went at Domino's Pizza, I was working there, and they were insulting about this Indian restaurant. They were said that, especially the Muslims Indian, they said that about that, these people are disgusting, they didn't even wash their hands, they didn't even follow the protocol. Well, let me tell you something about that. Even you, Domino's Pizza, don't even know how to change and how to clean your place. So don't judge other people just because based on what you know, just because they think that you are so clean because you follow the United States protocol. Okay, let me tell you something. Even in the United States of America, they have more wrongs than we do. It's more worse than what we have here. This is considered one of the basis normal. I'm not saying that America is bad, but if you guys think, I don't give a care. But the thing is, we gotta know something, that this is what happens when all of the people they make into a problem. I was like so upset, like why do they have to bring this topic? Because I'm as myself as an Indian, as a, like, if you wanted to check my background, it's Indian, part of the Indian that I have. But it's kind of sad, one thing, man. I mean, it's so difficult, and you deal with this kind of thing pressure. I don't know. I mean, like, to me, it feels like, you're stuck in the vault and then you can't get that vault. The only way you can get in the vault is either you get beat up for something, or just stuck there forever, man. It's kind of sad, one thing. I mean, I don't want to be there no more. I want to break that thing up. And then like 7-Eleven, my goodness, man, that manager was so blasted stupid, because it's like, imagine what kind of a dumb manager couldn't even order a fork and spoon. Excuse me. Afwan, which is Arabic called. Excuse me. So I kind of upset because he couldn't even order, because if they were to order about plastic fork and spoon and some other things, they say they're gonna cut our money. I mean, what kind of a dumb manager is gonna cut that money just because there's something that it's supposed to be? But pretty much one thing, he just wanted to save his money, and there's something sometimes I don't even know. But if it was me, I won't care, because that's what the customers want, because that's what they need. If we say out of stock, put a signboard that say out of stock, and it's okay. But all these 3 jobs that I went DIY, I never get the DIY. DIY also is the same, is racist, because they think that the Nepalese people are working lazy, and then Malays. But let me tell you something. Malay people, every people for me is just the same. But if you want to look at the majority, Malay people are the laziest. I never say that from the book. I never pick up from the pocket or whatever. It is from the book. It is authentic book. That you will find some of the book until the research. You look at the history, back from the history. All the Chinese and Indians are come working here, and yet one thing they can say, it is like, oh, okay, we are the one who give them what them, but actually they had to come because most of the time they were being tortured here, that because they are so lazy, and they instantly die. It's like nothing they can do. So in the fact that they have to bring overseas to make them straight, it's a slavery, one thing. And yet now when they have a declaration that they have the independence, and they're taking advantage so badly, and disgracing, man. I don't even know. I don't even want to say anything. It feels like something that these people should be heard, because I'm sick of it, man. About the medias, about the nonsense, about the workings, politics, the economics, the societies, the countries, the places, states, whatever it is. Then you need to change. You see, every job that I went is just the same. The only the only different thing is, and the reason as well, is that whether you like it or not. But we cannot let that happen, because if we let that happen, then nobody's gonna come to the job. How am I supposed to, and how we supposed to deal with that? Then everybody's gonna be jobless from the street. It's dangerous. It's not like one thing in Australia or America or some other countries that even worse than this. As a matter of fact, we are considered one of the most like simplest country. As a matter of fact, nothing can happen, but yet we make that happen. It was so ridiculous, man. Even the Toys R Us, my goodness, couldn't even know how to put the prices, and nobody wants to put the checking the shelves, the blue clock shelves. I don't know what it's called, but it's something that like you have to check the price from the bar side, which is the one that they put pudding, and that you can see is that it's the pudding or the toys. So when you have a bar side, which is like a shelf of a bar that they put the toys on top, and that one they didn't even put the price. They have to put the price, man. If they don't put the price, how will customer know that the price? And every price they should put the name, the price tag, in order to see everybody there. Everywhere you can see there is a toy, there is a price. The people will know that price. If let's say they want to do a promotion, that's the thing they have to do. But when the staff was like debating on me, and I was like, well, that's on your own. I don't even care. If my manager would say it like that, I would just say to me, why you didn't put the price? I said, well, she's the one who do it. She's the one who know. I don't even know. Even if I want to know, I don't want to do anything with that, because if I were to do that, I will get more, and I will get more jobs, which is the money, which is so less in this country. It depends on the work, man. So now the government is being twisted. So because the thing is that basically every job is 2,000, man. It's supposed to be high, because why? If the rent is high, the water is high, the electric is high, the place is high, then salary should be high. And then they want to say, and you should be grateful, man, that at least you can work with something which is franchise. Some people, they want to open a restaurant, they want to open a toys, they want to open a shop. It's kind of difficult. It takes time, unless if you are working with some concept same of franchise, then you won't be nothing. But if you want to come up with your own ideas, that's difficult. That's really super difficult, because nobody's gonna trust you, nobody's gonna write you, nobody's gonna buy you anything. You have to earn it your own, as a matter of fact. So I was upsetting is that why these people, if you have it and you want to be show off, especially the Malay people, they think that whatever they say is that they are the highest. They can say whatever fit they say, man. And yet one thing, we as like normal people, especially if I were to say the race is normal, but yet they want to claim to be the best. This is one of the most annoying country that I ever been to. But Malaysia is fine. It's the people that make it occupation, make it separation, make it irritation about it. I don't know, man. Like for me, every job that I went, DIY, Domino's Pizza, 7-Eleven, Toys R Us, it's fine. It's nothing. It's just that the people itself, the manager itself, they're not checking anything. And most of the time when I go today, it's like about the stealing toys. Like, how do you want to expect stealing if we were working, and how do you want to expect working if we are not, and how do you expect checking if we're not working? We cannot do two in one, because we're not something robot or something this, something that. And yet that thing has a bigger problem. I don't know why. If I was managing with it, I make it so simple and what, and everything will be so fine, man. Like, for example, like they're having a off day. Like, people asking for off day. Everybody has a right within the 1 week. You have to ask before the next week, because otherwise next week it will be complicated. So basically, it's common sense. If let's say if I have emergency, or if I couldn't even come full, at least I can come on afternoon, which is 12 o'clock something, that you can come. But I don't know why one, and yet they make into a complicated. It's so funny, because everywhere you go, it's like, I don't know why, because the problem thing is that it's the economy of Malaysia has been break down, man. Ever since our prime minister, the same prime minister as on the 80s, the same prime minister has becoming into a more collapse than ever. So I'm not going to involve in that, because that's a different topic. There's a different types of topic. There's a different topic. This topic, I'm going to talk about the job and work. Because every job, one thing, they should give people a chance to work. And as a matter of fact, second chance, a third chance as a minimum. And check the background, check this, check everything, man. You gotta do something, provide, man. You see, to me, it's like I can just care less about this job. But the thing is that, well, these people, they don't even understand. They wanted to create the problem. They wanted to make havoc, to make sure that one thing, they wanted to make us resign this job, to make sure that we don't come to work here. As a matter of fact, everybody done that. Because nobody cares, but you are making a big mistake. So this is why one thing, that don't ever underestimate the people. Don't think people are so dumb enough to come back here and work. To me, because the problem thing is I have to pay the credit card, even this one, the second credit card. Because that one's really kind of complicated. If you do your job about the credit card, one thing, try to sort it out with that, okay? Try to make sure that everything here is okay. So don't make it into that problem. You see, if you keep on making that problem, do your job, tell the people, tell the world, tell correctly what are the levels, the steps, the everything. Give them something detailed. They, as a matter of fact, they themselves don't even teach me how to use that card, and expect me to pay them. But now when I realize, like, mashallah, alhamdulillah, that I, sorted out all this thing out. The thing about a job is actually so simple. Go home, come to work, finish work, come home, sleep. It's a basically same concept. It's nothing. And yet, manager can come late. I mean, that's the one thing that I hate the most. When manager come late. If you come late, how do you expect the staff also want to come early? Because you come late. But the problem thing is that, well, oh, you can be late, but we cannot be late. I remember one time when I came late, and she would say like, why you late? I was asleep. I was like, I just said like, what? And then the second time, I said, okay, I fell asleep. Then she keep going and move on. The one thing about I hate the way she was talking is that she said that I give you this job. Oh, that is so cruel. I mean, I could have said that, but I was too worried about to say it because I had to pay the credit card. But I should have just like, alright, man, that is my mistake. I should have never keep my mouth shut and go like, just shut up and direct. That's the thing. It's like, what kind of a dumb manager thing? She thinks, right? As a matter of fact, she, and yet, one thing what bugs me the most is that, like, who does he think she is? Is she a god? Is she a goddess? If she did, she would have not given birth. If she did, she would have not have cramps or period or whatever it is, penetrated, as a matter of fact. Even when I asked about like annual leave, I just wanted to make it stupid to make sure that I get the context correct or not, because I never been that working long so much. But for my know, as a matter of fact, one thing, it's sense that you have to consult me before you want to make the annual leave. Because to me, it's common sense. It's about a common sense one thing. But I don't care, because okay, if I had a family, okay, fine, I gotta check it with them. But if I don't have a family, I don't even care one thing. You put what, you put this, put that. But if somebody people they say from the other experience from they have, they say if all companies same, then this company should be same. But either way, I don't care. But the thing is, don't fool by the people, because not many people one thing as foolish as you. I mean, I can one thing be fool. I can one thing be like fool them twice, triple, as a matter of fact. But the thing is, just be aware, because somehow someday people will come after you, man. Not me, you. This is what happens. What goes around comes around. So I mean, like, this is the problem with the people, like racist, and yet come late, customer make problems. And as a matter of fact, one thing customers is actually right. 80% are right, and customers 20% is wrong. So basically customers is wrong, because there was this couple customers, right, that they was asking about the blades, which is called the spin dice, they call something like that. I don't even know, man. So from then, there was this box is corrupted, and box that was kind of almost damaged, and asking for a discount. But from my perspective, it's alright that you get a discount, because we want that thing is common. But because of that, the manager don't even want to give. It's not she, it's an assistant. They don't even want to give because they said that That is the price, and that is how they make the sale. So you cannot, because the thing is that it's already been there so long. As a matter of fact, one of the stuff did it. Oh, I don't know where the customer did it. But the thing is, you gotta know what you're doing. You see, that's the thing. You cannot simply just like, no, cannot. You have to buy. If you buy. I know one thing. Nobody's forcing you to buy. Nobody's forcing this. But the thing is, how long would it last to be that? And even if you want to do a promotion, at least can you be something a little bit specific with the promotion? Why all the star member wanted to give the sale? Why can't non-staff can get? Why non-star card salesman get it? Why suddenly one thing like, you give only for the star card, but you don't give for the star members? That was also kind of problem. And yet the box is so worse, and yet giving a discount. So I was like, my goodness, man, like, can you just give another discount because this collapse? And just if that thing collapses, just give a discount. Simple. It's very simple, basic fact. And yet one thing you want to make it into a havoc, you are the dumbest person. The box damage, well, how many RGD, which is repair good damage. I don't even know why. For me, just put it there, repair, just like repair and return. Like just put there return damage, or DR damage return. That simple. Why we want to fix? Because somehow we're not gonna check anything or what, and then we're just gonna give it to the vendor, and the vendor will do something else. Or somehow we'll be able to. It says that when the moment they put it into that box, and that box will give it to the vendor, or which is like something other factories, they give it to the other a person to take, a person that gives to this trucks, and the trucks will give to the factory, and the factory will either fix it or dispose of it. That's common sense, man. And yet that one also they couldn't even give. Sometimes the thing is broken, you can put a decoration over this, and I find it very waste. And the problem, and then the other one was like, store manager only can get a staff purchase discount according to the form that I read myself. Is that it says that manager, it didn't say store manager, it just said manager. You can get the staff purchase from the manager. That means any manager can get, you can get. But yeah, wanted because they were afraid. Because they were afraid to be deals, they were afraid to be what? But then what is the purpose of having assistant manager? Assistant manager. Manager. What a dumb. So dumb one thing, this manager. So manager. I don't know what kind of this person can be. Like, I'm not gonna say like I'm gonna like this is the facts, It's not that I want things simply hate away. This is the facts, man. I'm not gonna like, be mushy about it or kind or whatever. It's the facts. I've been through life such a very difficult. I've been through something which is like, it's something you couldn't even imagine, man. Like, something, because of this is the thing, because we have so many foreigners here, Nepal and Bangladesh, and they can call me Bangladesh, Nepal. Bye. Like, I'm not afraid. I mean, I'm not like angry, because even if I would get angry, I feel no point, because it's like, what do I get? There's nothing. There's nothing I can do. It's just lost. Because you don't even think through it, man. It's like nothing can be do so. Look at my eyes, very sleepy. And yet one thing, they can make it into a very problem. Like, they didn't check the price properly. They didn't even care for the stuff. They didn't even like. They simply make a hustle for stories, and then they just simply want to get angry to this consignment paper, which is other store will do to the Toys R Us. And yet one thing can make it, and yet still cannot even run. Some people say that she works for 16 years. If 16 years then you should have known by now that you've been working and you know how to handle. But you cannot handle because you're just lazy, too busy caring for yourself. I hate people like that when they care for themselves. Especially when you work with the Malay people. My goodness, man. They are the most annoying. Every time I remember, I still remember one of my friends tell about the assignment. You could have said something which is like, hey, can you find this item name called Carnatos, whatever it is the name is, and you can just like let it out with that sentence. Just don't just say assortment or specific words of the scientific brags like this guy stuff, and then from there it's kind of okay, forget about it. It's just a small thing. I don't even remember. But the problem thing is, it's the character of the Malay people that has been doing it. To me, I feel like you could have just said one word, one freaking word, and you want it to be so high, and then you want to get angry at me with no reason. Same thing with the other one. They were just about the skin code was wrong. Well, you don't even know. Maybe the skin code is wrong because you don't even work that long. You work 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So what is it technically? 1 year or 2 years, whatever it is. You don't get it because you never been longer than that. You never had the time to sit down and go through that. As a matter of fact, it did one thing, the skin could be different, but I don't know what specific. But the thing is that it's pointless for me to remember because it's no point and it's not functioning. Even if I were to remember, so what do I get in return? They were just gonna forget about that kind of thing. What dumb one thing, right? I don't know. Sometimes it's such a nuisance with this kind of people. And the other one was like customer was like asking for the birthday voucher about the voucher. I did tell them, and the delete part they gotta do it on your own. You can't expect me to delete for them. I'm not their slavery. I'm not a butler. I'm not something. Okay, you gotta do something on your mind. You cannot simply just like, oh my goodness, man, I have to do for that. I'm not your servant. Come on, be cool. You gotta be relaxed with this kind of thing. You cannot do anything. Cannot expect everything to be on their phones, on their days. Certain things can, maybe the old people, well, okay, fine, we can a little bit help, but other than that, you gotta do it on your own. Somehow in life, we gotta do it our own, man. We gotta do it our own. Remember that one thing, man. I don't know, man. I mean, for me, it's like a nuisance to deal with that kind of thing. And then one of the staff was angry at me just because, hey, you have to delete for that. Hey, sorry, I'm not a butler for them. Sorry. Go get the freak out of here, man. I don't even care. Yeah, friends. Sorry, man. The thing is that that's the work, man. You gotta relax. You gotta be cool. You gotta be patient. You gotta be fun with it. You gotta like one thing, just tell the if the customer get angry. And the other one was like, exchange. Oh my goodness, this manager is so stupid. You gotta have said exchange or exchange same or exchange different. But the thing is that if exchange is considered the exchange, that means any exchange definition is the system. It's exchange, man. Then I remember it was like even display. Display got two meaning of display. One display, which is display of literally, let's say this item, you have to display that item. Or the other one display they call, which is actually is like just go and restock that thing. The word they were using it actually is supposed to be restock that thing. That means go put it up in the shelves or whatever it is. Shelves, hooks or whatever. But you have to put it. And the price change, oh man, the price change is such a nuisance because everything you go, the price change, everything that they have to for that change or this, that, whatsoever. Man, you gotta know, man. You gotta know something. You gotta like tell them this. But the problem thing is our country, like our people or whatever it is, some like like they like the bosses, because they don't care, they wanted to make money. And because people like us, we don't have the voice to tell, like the speech, like the freedom of speech and voice of speech, they have to do it, because otherwise you're just gonna slavery working them and just do whatever they agree. That's why many customers will get upset and wondering why do they have to price change and price up, because they know one thing, that's the problem. See, I've been this way with the same thing with the Domino's pizza. Domino's pizza, one thing that the pizza has to put the lunchtime. Why can't they just put there forever? They can make a lot of money instead of putting lunchtime just because they don't have the store and everything. Well, that's very excusable one thing. And then like like if the price, like why can't they give discount price and then that's the price you will give? Why you wanna change the price and change because there's so many kind of stupid code that you give it, and I was like so hated. And from that go, and everybody there was so lazy, careless, and making hypocrisy that they are the ones can do it, we cannot do anything. And yeah, they were thinking about this. I just want to think. I ain't a friend one thing with these people. But this Toy Story was like way out of the limit, man. Cannot even pray. Well, let me tell you simply about pray. As long as they're living in a state of Muslim, or which is the state of Islam, I have the right to pray. Wherever I go, I have the right to pray. As a matter of fact, I can pray here right now, man. What the fish, man? And you wanted to say that, oh, I cannot pray, even if you pray, it's gonna cancel my money. Like, I don't even care. What do I want to care? I work hard than anybody else one thing. Okay, I'm not taking advantage, I'm not taking this, I'm not taking anything. I'm just what I give, everything what I get one thing, man. I don't give a care one thing. What do you say? As long as I pray, it's my right to pray, man. I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you don't believe, that's your problem, man, not me. But I pray, I have the right to pray one thing. What am I supposed to do? Right? I follow and I done and I be cool with it. But these people are making exaggerate, oh, can this, cannot that, and they cannot buy, cannot this, cannot that. Simply scold. About the annual leave, man, my goodness, it was so nonsense. I asked for annual leave for October. She didn't even read the October. She didn't even read the message, as a matter of fact. Yeah, but she called me and she said, you cannot take November. I said, well, I don't care. It depends on one thing, because like, if I want to take, I take. I don't care. But the thing is, okay, I asked for October. I know November you won't even give. I asked for October. Then she said, October means? In my head, I want to think, well, maybe she forgot to slip it out to tell, or she forgot to mention it. But one thing is, you said it to yourself that you can give me October. And yet, I said, of course, if October means it's October, man, what more do you want? So I gotta say, I could have fight back, but I just wanted to make sure that, okay, let her speak, and then I will speak back. Because I ain't gonna beat down for that. And then suddenly, when the more Beijing she will come, and then just to give some sign for the annual leave, which is agreement for the annual leave, come and sign and say, hey, can you please come to the room? Imran, please come to the room. You please come to the office. I know, man, I'm just gonna handle the customer. Just can you be relaxed? And the second thing she will, Imran, can you please come to the office? I was like, man, just be patient. I won't care. I just go in. I'm not gonna pick up the phone. I just go and done and sign in, and that's it. Because the problem thing is the attitude, man. It's like, why do I want to care for this kind of thing? And yet they make it a problem. And that's all today, folks. I'm gonna be tired, man. I'm out. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace out. And one more thing, that today that I had the same thing, but this time was kind of irritating with these people. And let's say if the woman at HR or HQ, whatever it is, if they wanted to come and check by, if they wanted to look around, if I have something to do, that is my business. You don't need to tell me to what to do, your own business. That's the thing. And yet this girl calling me and then said, well, you better be on the floor, because you better be on the ground, because otherwise they were making complaint. And I don't care about it, because it's my job and I do my way. Man, I just following the protocol and job in there. And yet one thing she asking me, one of the staff asking me to be on the floor. And I was like kind of very disappointed on that. And then when I see it was like, well, I never see that that was so, with the suit or whatever it is, I never see anybody. It was just nobody. And then when the moment I tell her, where is it? She said, there it is. When I look at it, it was the same customer that I dealt with. That it was like telling me where to put this thing. If usually the HQ or whatever it is, they would have known where they will put it. That's all I can say. And yet I was kind of disappointed today with the manager. It was like telling me, can you just put it back? Can you go at the back? Let other people do. I was like, man, I did all over the work, and yet one thing you can just send me back. Then what is the point that I'm working? I'm just doing job and doing what you're supposed to do. If you don't want it, doesn't matter. One thing, because I'm sick and tired, man. I'm out.